look at various studies out there and see that there's high expectations for digitalization, not only in our industry, but in all industrial industries. There's estimates out there that talk about somewhere between $1 and $10 trillion of economic value to be added based on digitalization. And if you look at our industry in power generation, we're looking at something between, 10 and 100 billion are numbers that I've seen as far as economic value that can be added. So it's going to have a huge impact, and it already is having a big impact in our industry. So if you think about what digitalization means, it really should be using the data that we already have or data that will become more readily available to solve today's problems. And so let's reflect on what today's problems are in power generation. We have challenges when it comes to energy pricing, which is putting a lot of pressure on capital expenditures and operational expenditures. We have a lot of challenges when it comes to emissions and the regulation of CO2 and other emissions from our generation facilities. We have challenges when it comes to regulation, constantly changing. And we have challenges when it comes to introducing more intermittent sources of power, distributed energy, distributed generation, when it comes to things like renewables. And all of that is underpinned by probably the biggest challenge that we face in the next 5 to 10 years, and that is a depletion of our resources that have rich and deep experience in the industry that we serve, and that's power generation. So those challenges are pretty steep, and if you look at that, I think that digital can really help us in all of those areas, and we are working on solutions and have solutions that really impact all of those areas. I would say that the way that we see it is that we've got solutions along what I would see the complete value chain. So we've been doing digital solutions now for more than 2 decades. Recently, I think there's a big tailwind because of a lot of the push that we've seen from the corporate suite down into the generation businesses. But let's start from the floor. Let's start from the power generation facility, the units themselves. We've been providing things like advanced combustion control, advanced combustion optimization, which produces significant results on the bottom line and produces immediate results. And we've been deploying those for now more than a decade into our customers. And then if we move up the chain, we've been now launching and have been providing for the past few years what we call a collaborative operations solution. And that solution really allows our customers to leverage not only their valuable skills from a central location, but to collaborate with us and to allow them to leverage our deep industry knowledge that we've acquired over implementing power generation automation systems for more than 5 decades. Being able to leverage that expertise in a meaningful way to solve not only ongoing problems at operating plants, but to speed up areas like commissioning of a plant and bringing it to peak load in a faster way. Those kind of solutions are things that we're deploying, along with what I would consider some of the larger solutions that we're working on, and that would be those involving things like virtual power plants and bringing together multiple distributed energy resources together with conventional and really managing them as a block and allowing then our customers to better interact with the grid management in their countries, with the grid operators, and to optimize those resources underneath and get more value and better performance out of the assets that they have. If I step back into that, like I said, I think there's really 3 layers here, and our customers really start at different places. A lot of our customers are still in the phase of implementing what I would call advanced optimization solutions, and there's a lot of value to be had there. So around conventional generation, improving the actual combustion cycle in conventional generation, reducing the overall fuel cost, improving availability of those assets, reducing emissions. Those solutions we're deploying at ABB right now. Like I said, we're deploying our solutions around collaborative operations, which is really an opportunity to leverage not only our customer skills, but ABB skills in a collaborative manner to really provide value-added solutions real time to customers' issues as they come up. If you look at, say, for instance, collaborative operations, as I mentioned before, our customers are really facing now a depletion in the rich knowledge that they have in operating their facilities. There's been a gap in resources that have been brought on into the industry, and this is for various reasons. Some other industries might be more attractive for these kinds of resources over time, and we've gone through quite a bit of transformation in our industry, which has caused us to lose a lot of talent. So if we look at collaborative operations, we help solve that problem by really helping our customer to better utilize the limited resources that they have, marrying those together with ABB resources to really drive a solution. And that's a real-time operating solution that we can provide for them in collaboration with our resources to solve their problems. We in ABB, we're taking an approach that is really driven by reducing the time to provide value from our digital solutions. So we're taking a solutions approach as opposed to what I would consider a more platform approach. We are focused on solutions. Using our experience, the experience that we've gained from creating the world's largest installed base in automation systems, working very closely with our customers to deploy those, and then building on that with the platform that we do have, which is an open platform, agnostic when it comes to the equipment underneath of it, can connect very openly to sensors, to our automation systems, to other automation systems, and being able to deploy that and being able to deploy the solutions, whether on top or on premise of that platform, that's what we're really focused on, and really providing value down the vertical solutions as opposed to focusing more on a platform.